What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here. After a little bit of a break, we have another BFR. Hawks had a good few days off. A good little rest break for me, as there were a lot of games crammed in there for a little bit, so I got a little break there. Game 40 versus the Colorado Avalanche, a very destroyed Colorado Avalanche due to injury. Hawks were wearing the reverse retros. Stalock was out with illness, so Scott Foster was in the building as the emergency goalie. So if anyone remembers Scott Foster from 2018, well, firstly, what's one of the greatest, just coolest things for someone to do, to have to go in during an emergency situation in a game, and he ended up winning the game as well, so that was cool. But he did not get any playing time today. For Colorado, there was no Landeskog or Josh Manson, and also on the news, Boston loses their first game at home in regulation on the season to Seattle 3-0. And Boston, they had that incredible run. They didn't lose in regulation at home for over half the year. Incredible by them, and right now they're running away with the league, so we'll see if they can take this loss and just build it into something more. And also condolences to the Seabrook family. Blackhawk long-timer Brent Seabrook lost his mother, and there was a whole thing for it. So there wasn't a whole thing for it. They were talking about it, though, so my condolences to the Seabrook family. The score ends up being 3-2 Chicago. They win 3 in a row. The game was played at 7:30 on January 12th. The Hawks go to 11-25-4. Phillips and Entwistle were in. Entwistle finally better after a wrist injury. He's back now. Mitchell was out and Cini was out. Shots were 33-30 Colorado. Hits were 31-18 Chicago. Faceoffs were 31-25 Chicago. On the power play, Chicago goes 0 for 3. Colorado goes 0 for 4. Really 0 for 5 because one of those was a double minor. Mrazek has a good game, saves 31 out of 33, and Francois saves 27 out of 30. In the first, Reichel is denied early. Hawks have overall jump. Makar is denied, but then at 16:38, it's a Chicago breakaway goal. Sam Lafferty, 5th of the year from Blackwell, to make it 1-0. Rodriguez is stopped on a break. McDonald hits the post, and then at 8:20, Colorado rebound goal from Evan Rodriguez to tie the game, his 10th of the season from McKinnon, to make it 1-1. Makar is denied again. Tays and Kurashev 2-on-1 shorthanded is covered up because at 7:59 it's a Chicago penalty to Reese Johnson for tripping, which would be killed. Lehkonen trips Seth Jones and there's no call. Tays dangles, shoots wide. 4:46 Chicago penalty to Athanasiou. 4 minutes for high sticking. McDonald had blood, so it would be killed. So good penalty kill by the Hawks. Then to open up the second period at 18:16, it's a Chicago breakaway and then kind of flips it over Francois. It's Andreas Athanasiou with always the highlight reel goals from him. 9th of the season from Phillips and Mrazek. So Phillips gets his second career point, second assist of the season. Mrazek gets an assist on the goal as well to make it 2-1. Athanasiou is absolutely robbed then right after that. Phillips hits the post. Then at 14:08, it's just a Colorado penalty to McDermott for cross-checking, which would be killed. McKinnon shoots wide. Shots 10-0 Chicago in the first 8.5 minutes of the second period. 11:08, Colorado penalty to Hunt for interference, which would be killed. And then once that penalty is killed at 8:13, it's a Colorado goal. It's a missile from Cale Makar, his 11th of the season, from Rantanen and McKinnon to make it 2-2. It ties the game. There's a scramble in front of Francois, then that's cleared. 6:44, Colorado penalty to Ben Myers for holding, which would be killed. So another scramble again, that would be cleared. The Hawks were getting good at getting pucks to the net and Francois not being able to see it, so that would call scrambles in front. Lehkonen blocks a shot on the inside of the knee, and he struggled to get off the ice. There's no padding there, so for Lehkonen's sake, I hope he is all right. That's one of the most painful places to take a puck. Newhook then took a puck to the face from his teammate Devon Taves, no relation to Jonathan Tays. After Tays shot, it went off Lafferty's skate and into his face. He did stay in the game, but when he came back, he did have the extended mask, the visor that goes down to here. Peter Cech, the world-famous goalkeeper, was in the booth. He's retired now, but he's good friends with Peter Mrazek, and the Hawks were taking shots on him. I saw on Instagram and in goaltender equipment. So we'll see if apparently his goaltending skills could translate to hockey. He did pretty well. McCabe is denied early. Colorado pressures late. However, at 13:24, it's a Chicago tap-in goal from Taylor Radish, his 11th of the year, from Tyler Johnson and Jonathan Tays to make it 3-2 for Chicago. At 8:43, Colorado penalty to Chicago penalty to Entwistle for tripping, which would be killed. McCabe has a big hit on Rantanen. But then at 4:51, it's a Colorado goal to Alex Newhook, which ties the game. However, the Hawks challenge for goaltender interference. It would have been something if Newhook, who took the puck to the face earlier, was wearing the extended visor. It would be something if he was the one to tie the game, but it's a challenge for goaltender interference by the Hawks, and it's no goal ruled on the play. So Colorado's still down 3-2. They pull the goalie at 2:05. There's a scramble, a scrum, Comfers denied, and that would be the game. As Chicago steals a win against one of the better teams, the defending Stanley Cup champion. If I could just put this over here, move this out of the way. And yeah, so no really changes in the standings. Colorado, however, has moved down below St. Louis and Nashville. They got to hope for some healing on that roster because they're falling apart as the days go by. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.